Hello, my name is John Dixon III. This is the 6th video in a series of videos where I talk about mental health. In this video, I'm going to be talking about depression. I've left the subject of depression for quite a while because it's the hardest subject I have to talk about, because this has affected me more than anything, and it really is debilitating. In my early teens and before I got to my teens, I remember for a number of years I used to go upstairs into my bedroom and I used to lock myself into a cupboard, and on the cupboard there was all these luminous, the glow in the dark stickers. I remember that very vividly. There's one in particular of a really scary face. But anyway, I used to close the door, close my eyes, and then just wish I wasn't there anymore. When eventually I went over to high school, things got worse. I was really persecuted for being gay. And to be honest, I didn't even know I was gay. I wasn't acting gay. I didn't have boyfriends or anything like that. I didn't even know what it was really. And then in my 20s and 30s, I thought, okay, leave all that horribleness behind. And I ended up traveling a little bit, ended up in London, and then discovering the club scene. And there I got loads of attention. I went out partying. But every 3 months, I used to fall into a state of depression. And I only realised this in my late 30s when I realised there was a 3-month cycle of me losing my job every single time. I was diagnosed 9 years ago with lots of different things, and one of the things was depression. This helped in one respect, so that I could recognise that this was a problem what I had to deal with. What did I do straight away? Citalopram. And here's me in my infinite wisdom thinking, oh, they don't work, I'm going to get addicted to the drugs. So it only took like 2 or 3 months and I stopped taking them by myself. I don't know whether that was a good idea or not, but looking back now, I think it was a bad idea to stop taking them. For 8 years I've been trying to deal with my depression alone. My friends and family had an idea what was going on, but not to the extent it was actually happening. And then a few months ago, I think it's about 5-6 months ago now, I felt really bad. It was the longest depressive state I've ever been in. So I eventually I got hold of the mental health clinic, who then prescribed me some fluoxetine. This was beneficial, not in the way that I actually thought, but when I took the drugs on a daily basis, in my mind, or what I felt was, I kind of had time to think but not feel. My feelings were separated from my thinking, and I put 2 and 2 together and I made 4. And without going into too much detail, I remembered something very traumatic which happened in my past. I don't know if that's how the drugs are supposed to work. I have no idea. But for me, I was able to deal with it. Not deal with it, but I was able to recognize it and say, okay, this is what happened. It wasn't my fault, and I can start putting my life back together again. I took the drugs for about 2 to 3 months, and then I stopped taking them. I didn't feel as sharp. I didn't feel that I could get on and do the things which I needed to do to make myself better. Now, I'm not 100%, I'm still facing my demons, but I haven't been in a depressive state. My anxiety has not shown up, and my paranoia has subsided. And this is because I am focusing on how to make myself better, with the understanding that something happened to me and this is the reason it's affecting me. And I've got to keep this in mind on a daily basis. One of the things what I found really helped was doing this, to talk about it and talk to my friends and family, which is very difficult. To be honest with you, completely embarrassing for me. I'm a person who does not like to talk about their feelings. and especially their mental state. But I had to do it knowing that it would make me feel better. And I look back on this series of videos and I listen to myself speaking, and it reassures and enforces the things which I know are beneficial for me. If you take anything away from this video at all, just take away one thing, and that is that it is beneficial if you talk to somebody. I don't know who you have in mind, and you might not have anybody in mind. You might not want to speak to somebody who you know, and I understand that. I called the Samaritans. They were the first people I spoke with, and then they gave me a number for a couple of numbers for some other resources who dealt with my particular trauma, and from there on out, things started to come together. Even if you don't want to talk about a trauma, or you can't work out your trauma, if you can speak to somebody, if you can actually pick up that phone and make that phone call, this is really gonna help you. This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see in this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.